has something that they're afraid of, and if anybody tells you that they don't have something they're afraid of, then they're lying, because it's human nature to be scared of something. Many people fear heights, the future, snakes or animals, frogs. I'm afraid of many of those things. Like, I'm terrified of snakes and frogs. My biggest fear, though, is hotels. I'm terrified of hotels because I hate germs. Like, I'm terrified of thinking about just how many people have stayed in a hotel room. Whenever I was younger, I never really cared that people had stayed there and that I didn't know who they were. I didn't really care. I never thought of that. I never considered the amount of people that had been in and out of those rooms, and that they don't really steam clean carpets in between people staying there. I never considered that. My fear began whenever I was around, 12 or 13. We were at the beach for spring break, just like everyone else is. And one night, I was watching the TV show Hotels from Hell. Well, pretty much, they were pointing out all these nasty things that were in hotels and showing through, like, black lights and stuff. And I, began to panic, because I was like, oh my gosh, this place is really, really nasty. So I, looked around, and there was a spot of dirt on the bed. And I don't know, it could have been for me. It could have been just a stain. I really don't know what it was, but I freaked out. Like, I was done. I was not staying there anymore. I'd had it. I was done. So I told my mom, I was like, I cannot stay here anymore. We need to go. This is nasty. This is not clean. It's just awful. Then about 2 years ago, we were going to Disney World. And we went a day early so we didn't have to make the drive and then have to do check-in and everything all in one day. And we were with Mackenzie Ham and their family. And we were just going to go to the resort and check in, but we couldn't because our room wasn't ready. And we had about 12 people with us, so there were a lot of people with us. And the place we were going to stay, they didn't have enough room for all of us. So we went to this place that had enough room. And they said they stayed there before, and it really wasn't bad, but they lied. They were just trying to not make me feel so bad about it. I literally had a panic attack in the car. Like, I started shaking, and I cried, and I cried. I cried for about an hour, and I couldn't help it. I couldn't stop. And Mackenzie was like, just calm down. It's fine. It's really not that bad. Well, we went in, and it smelled awful. Like, it was awful. And I refused to touch anything. I did not sleep on the bed. I had an extra blanket, and I put the blanket on top of the bed, and that's what I did. And I ended up leaving the blanket there. I was like, I don't care what y'all do with it, but it's not going with me. So anyway, I was scarred from that trip too. I would probably never get over this fear. I review every hotel we stay in, and my parents just let me decide where we stay. And now I take all my sheets and towels and bedspreads whenever I go to a hotel. Even though they have a good review, they still might not be clean, and that scares me.